Is safety a fundamental human right? Or a mere luxury that only some in our world can hope to afford? If it is indeed a fundamental human right, then why is it that UN Women reports 1/3 of women have to face some form of sexual violence in their lifetime? I believe that our society needs to change its approach on tackling this issue, which has remained stagnant for generation upon generation, without facing any form of radical change. Through the lens of recent events in the media, I will be discussing this subject of safety and security for women. Recent events in the media have ignited a fire hungry for the flame of change across many industries, and this fire burns the brightest in the entertainment industry. #Time's Up. You've all heard of it, I'm sure. This is a movement that was initiated by prominent figures of the entertainment industry to bring to light the fact that women are faced with subpar working standards. They are calling for a unanimous consensus on uniting ourselves and fighting this issue. #MeToo is another movement which shares a vision of social reform with #Time's Up. Actors, artists, directors, producers, amongst others, wore black attire to an award show to display their resilience and to signify their intolerance, but in silence. And silence is powerful, but wearing black attire will by no means suddenly make the world a safer place to be in as a working woman. However, these movements have the power to ignite change. The effect of Time's Up, Me Too, they've already been weaving a trajectory towards the change that is so much desired. For example, the United Nations recently pledged and publicly announced that they would be following through on 5 steps to ensure that their vision of a violence and abuse-free work environment would be met. These steps, as I'm sure you're all going to be glad to hear, included the implementing of a security system for the safety of their hard-working staff. This is incredible, but these changes have not been met entirely without opposition, and that is unfortunate. An article published by CBS Los Angeles was questioning whether it is acceptable to hug women now, or whether that constitutes as an act of sexual abuse also. The intent behind these remarks are nothing short of derogatory, because they mock and ridicule those striving to have these changes implemented. A female British comedian responded to these comments in the most perfect manner possible. On live television, she said, "If it feels wrong, it is wrong." It is devastating that a person should have to feel despondent, not confident that they'd be able to survive another day safely. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends, it is time for us to stand up. Let us stop tolerating violence. Time's up. I'm not pointing an accusatory finger at one individual in particular, however. What I am asking is for everyone to unite, put aside our differences, and help in whatever manner possible. Before you take comfort in the fact that you will never have to face this issue, you will never be faced with these circumstances here where you work, where you grow, then stop. Allow me to bring your attention to the fact, just a handful of months ago in December 2017, a woman on a SkyTrain in Vancouver, Canada, was attacked, verbally and physically, by a man. This isn't the saddest part of her story. Not a single person, but one other passenger chose to intervene. What does this show about our modern, first world society? Does it show that we care? Does it show that the safety of women is a priority in our society? Or does it even show that people are willing to take the risk of being wrong for the sake of another human being's life and well-being? This is something that we need to reflect upon collectively and seriously as a societal unit. To bring us full circle, let's revisit the question I asked at the very beginning. I have made expressively clear that women's safety is a fundamental human right that each and every woman on this earth deserves to be given without question. It is not a luxury. Let us promise to amplify the changes that movements such as Time's Up and Me Too are striving to have put into place across the world. In similarity to the United Nations, I think we can all also pledge to contribute to creating a safer world outside and within the working environment for women. Thank you. Money can buy cars. It can load your bank account and your credit card. It cannot give you assurance that your life will be safe and secure. 2 years ago, my family and I were involved in a car accident. No amount of money would have stopped me from being in that car that day. Money can buy me treatment. It can't buy me the friends that abandoned me after that. Suppose they weren't really friends anyway. I hope all of us realize one thing. There are so many organizations trying to help, as I mentioned in my speech earlier, help women, for example, who have suffered violence, who have suffered abuse, people like me who've been in car accidents. But it can't give you back your life. Let's keep that in mind, because only a human can. Thank you.